Hi everyone and welcome back to the ParleAfrica channel. My name is Paul King and here we make learning languages, especially French, simple, practical and fun. In my last video I talked about some very basic expressions uh, that you should get familiar with as a beginner learning French. And in today's video I'll be talking about some French greetings that you have probably been using wrongly. One of the biggest mistakes that beginners make in French is the assumption that greetings work exactly they do in English. In English you could say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, but French is different. Some expressions are used when you are meeting someone, while some other ones are used when you are leaving. In fact, some expressions are rarely used by French speakers. So today, just clear up the confusion. The first one is bonjour. Bonjour, just as I explained in my last video, means good day. But it can be used to say hello, good morning, or good day. So this is the most common greeting you will find in French. So you can use bonjour from morning until late afternoon, around 5 to 6 p.m. in the evening. And you use bonjour when you are meeting someone, not when you are leaving. Now, there's another word you use when you are leaving, and it is the word bonne journée. Bonne journée. Now, a common misconception about bonne journée is people who think that bonne journée means hello. No, it doesn't. Bonne journée actually means have a nice day. So you say it when you are leaving someone during the day. You don't greet someone with bonne journée. What you would say is bonjour. But when you are leaving, you would say bonne journée, which means have a nice day. Now, the second one is the word bonsoir, which means good evening. Many beginners think that bonsoir simply replaces bonjour after 6 p.m. Yes, that's true. But you only use bonsoir when you are meeting someone. So if you arrive in a place in the evening, you will say bonsoir. But when you are leaving, you don't say bonsoir. You would say bonne soirée, bonne soirée, bonne soirée. So this is where many learners get confused. Bonne soirée means have a nice evening, just like bonne journée means have a nice day. So when you are leaving someone, you say bonne soirée. When you are meeting someone in the evening, you would greet the person by saying bonsoir. So for example, if you walk into a restaurant, you say bonsoir. When you are about to leave the restaurant, you would say bonne soirée. Parfait. The next one is the word bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Now, this one is even more misunderstood by people. Bonne nuit actually means good night. And you only use it when someone is going to sleep or when you are probably saying good night or goodbye very late in the night. So let's say you are going to sleep, you could say bonne nuit, but you don't say bonne nuit. You don't walk into a room at 9 p.m. and say bonne nuit. That would sound very strange. Instead, you will say bonsoir. So you only say bonne nuit when you are going to sleep or when you are saying goodbye very, very late at night. Now, if you don't want to say bonne nuit, you can say à demain. À demain means see you tomorrow. That's a word you can use in place of bonne nuit. Now, let's move to the next word. The next word is bon après-midi. Bon après-midi. Bon après-midi. Now, bon après-midi actually means good afternoon, but French people don't say it often. They don't really say it. In fact, most native speakers will just say bonjour. Even in the afternoon, throughout the afternoon, they will say bonjour until it's around 5, 6 when it's already evening. So if you hear bonjour in the afternoon, you don't have to be surprised. Bonjour can be used anytime in the day. So bon après-midi is understood, but it is much less common than the way English speakers use their own good afternoon. All right, let's move to the next word, which is salut. I also explained this in my last video. Salut means hi, but salut can also mean bye. So someone could be leaving and say salut. It could also mean bye, but it is very, very informal. You use it when you are speaking with your friends, your family, classmates, and people that you are very, very familiar with. You don't use salut when you're talking with your boss, your teacher, or someone you just met in a formal setting. You don't use salut. You would say bonjour. Now, another word is the word cuckoo. Now, think of cuckoo like saying hey or hi. Yeah, it's a very casual greeting. So you find it mostly used between close friends, family members, or maybe in text messages when you're texting someone or chatting. You don't use it in professional situations. Now the next word is abiento. Abiento. Abiento, as I said earlier, means see you soon. You use it when you are confident you will see the person again. Now the next one is adomo. Adomo means see you tomorrow. Domo means tomorrow. So adomo means see you tomorrow. It's a very simple and very common expression. And the next one is haplus. Haplus. Haplus actually means see you later. It is the short form of the phrase a plus tard. A plus tard. So the longer version is a plus tard, but you could simply say a plus, and it is mostly informal. Now, the last on the list today is the word au revoir. Now, this au revoir, I'm sure everybody knows au revoir. It is the safest way to say goodbye in French. It works almost everywhere, whether it's a formal setting, informal, whether you are speaking to a young person or an old person. Everyone uses it. C'est parti. That'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Additionally, I want you to drop for me in the comments which greeting took you by surprise. Merci beaucoup, and I'll see you in the next one. À très vite.